my audio is working this time. Is it working? Everything working? Let me check. Check 1, 2. Perfect. Looks like we're live and we're working this time. Sorry about last video. For some reason, my audio wasn't working. So now we're working. So today's live stream, I wanted to focus on some strategies to get your business noticed, to make it attention for people. So people, when they see it, they see your product, they see what you're trying to sell, that they want to do business with you. Okay. So let's go over the basics really quickly. Number one, we know that every successful business out there does one thing: they solve a major problem. Okay, so that's the first thing. We know all that. Every business out there that's successful solves a major problem. Number two, now that you're solving a problem, right? You have something that you're trying to get out there to the marketplace. How do you get noticed? How do you make yourself the center of attention? How do you get people coming to you, right? So this is what I tell a lot of, especially people who are just starting out, this is especially if you have a service-based business. Okay, if you have a service-based business, one of the things that I would highly recommend is to try to get as many clients under your through your funnel as possible. And what I mean by that is try to get people that you may have to give a discount in the beginning just to get clients. You may have to give some kind of exclusive rate. So once you get a bunch of people coming through, you're able to serve them. You collect your recommendations from them. So there's two things that I really want to focus and stress on this really quickly. Number one, let's pretend you're getting some clients and you're selling to them nonstop. I highly recommend that you try to get the client. When you're getting the client, you do the best job you possibly can for that person. And when you're there, you try to get 1 to 2 lines from them about their experience working with you, their experience working with your company, buying your product, buying your service. And you get that down on paper or on video, and you use that as your first recommendation, your first positive review, your first testimonial. Okay. And so as you're getting all these clients, you're collecting all these testimonials. So think about it this way: when you go in, you're going to go in and you're going to go to a new restaurant for the first time. What is the first thing that you do usually? You're looking at reviews, right? So people are going to be doing the same thing to you if they're going to come and hire you. So the easiest way to make yourself stand out is you do this work for people, you collect these amazing reviews, then you position yourself to the next level. And the next level is you start increasing your rates, you start increasing your services, and all that type of stuff we can talk about later. But that's what I want to focus on right now. A lot of people, when they get into business, they make it super complicated to the point where they don't even want to try anymore. Okay, and when you get into business for the first time, especially, and you're trying to make things happen, you have to throw yourself out there a bunch of times. It's uncomfortable. Right? There's going to be times where you're not going to sell a thing. You're going to be sitting there. You're going to be calling people. You're going to be emailing people. You're going to be trying all these different things, and it's not going to work. But if you want things to work, you got to keep throwing things out there. You have to try new things. You have to be willing to just throw yourself out there again and again and again. Eventually, you're going to find something that works for you. Just because something works for someone else does not mean it's going to work for you. So remember that. Just because something works for someone else doesn't mean it's going to work for you. So you may have to change your approach to things. You may have to change the way that you see things, the way that you market out there. Maybe you have to do more video. Maybe you have to do more photography. Maybe you have to do more blogging. I don't know what that is. Only you're going to be able to find that out. And the best way I can say to find that is to look within and to try to see, what do I like to do and what do people like about what I have to offer? What is that connection that you have from yourself, your business, to other people, and focus on that thing. Because there's a lot of people out there who are struggling with this, that are building businesses through this time, and they're struggling because they don't know how to focus in on how to get noticed and how to get people to come to them and hire them. So if that's you right now and you have any questions out there right now about you have a product or you have a service and you're trying to get it out there and you're wondering how on earth can I, increase my sales, increase my business activity, and so on, I'd be glad to take any questions right now if you have them. And I'll definitely do my best to help answer those for you during this time. Again, so many entrepreneurs out there right now. There's a lot of amazing people out there who have great ideas and great drive. But the one thing that derails a lot of these people is the lack of focus on harnessing in on one area at a time. It's good to have the big picture, the big, national, international dream. But if you don't focus on one step at a time, you're not going to get to that international or national level. So focusing on what's working, what got you there, right? What's going to get you to that first step? Focus on that. Focus your marketing activities around that. Focus your social media, focus your Instagram, your Facebook, all that type of stuff, your YouTube, whatever that might be. And then you get to the next step. And then you work on the next step to get you to step number 3, number 4, and so on. Everything is in steps. Everything is what I recommend is if you have a big idea, a big dream, a big goal, focusing on that big picture, right? Try to see it clearly in your back of your mind, and then backtrack your steps towards what would each step possibly look like to get there, all the way to step number 1, where you're going to be starting, and start there. Try to map it out. Try to write it out if you can. I'm a big believer in writing down your goals. Okay, I do it all the time. It's one of my things that I do to help get me clarity on where I want to go, and I also give it to other people to try to show them how to do it. So if you're struggling with that, the first step is to try to write them down. Right, collect your ideas, write them on a piece of paper, write them on your phone if you have to. Okay, because that's very important to getting to where you want to get to in the future, and so on. Okay. For those of you who are in organizations and you're looking for, possibly bringing in a trainer to help share this type of stuff, I am definitely doing a lot of that stuff right now online, doing webinars, doing virtual training. So if you'd like to message me and inquire about that, shoot me a message right after. Go to my website, kendalnetmaker.com, and we'd be happy to discuss that with you in the future. I'm doing a lot of virtual stuff like this right now. You can also follow me on Facebook, facebook.com/kendal.netmaker. I'm on Instagram also at Kendal Netmaker. And if you need also any personal coaching, I'm doing a lot of that during this COVID time as well, working with entrepreneurs, working with small business owners to help them succeed. Okay, so today we're talking about building your brand and so on, and making things work for yourself. So let's keep focused on that. Let's see, we got someone on Facebook saying, great job, good to see you, hope you're doing amazing. Yes, absolutely. Leadership values included in native related content, specifically teachings of being a community leader, research and ask creator for guidance. Absolutely. Awesome. What kind of business do you run there, Gio? I'd be interested to learn more about what it is that you do. A lot of people that I've been working with come from all different types of backgrounds and different industries. Some of them are selling in retail, some of them are selling online, some of them are also speakers, trainers, coaches, and so on, consultants. Some of them have their own restaurants, all that type of stuff. So I'm working with all different types of people, different backgrounds. It's a lot of fun. It keeps me engaged and seeing how the landscape is doing. So if there's a way I can help you, I'd love to do that. So let me know what industry you're in. Going back to the word focus. This applies to all areas of your life, okay? The person who doesn't know where it is that they want to go with their life, okay? And they're having a hard time, they're just kind of going day by day and going through the motions. If that's you right now and you're unsure of where it is that you're trying to go with your life, your career, and so on, that's usually a time when it's best to just try to be quiet. And what I mean by that is try to quiet your mind to focus on what it is that you like to do. Focus in on what it is that you feel you are meant to do while you're here on earth. um, you know, there's a lot of things that I did in the past, from working for other people, starting side projects, that I did just because other people had success in them. And I realized really quickly that I didn't even care to do it, right? I didn't even care to be part of that, or even start that project, or start that product or revenue stream, and so on. So I made a decision fairly recently that whatever it is that I want to do from here into the next how many years to come, I want to focus in on helping other people in their careers, their business, and in their leadership roles, and so on, to help them succeed through that. And whether that be through coaching, through virtual trainings, through keynotes, and so on, that's I'll do more of that. So that's my decision to myself. My question to you is, what decision are you making right now to help get you to where it is that you want to be? Right? Because at the end of the day, like I have this personal philosophy that I tell myself, I don't want to I don't like to live with regret, right? That's my philosophy. I don't want to live with regret. And if I can fix something while I have the opportunity, I'll go and do it. I'll do my best to do that. And I think more of us should be doing that in whatever way, through our careers, our personal life, and so on. Go back and fix things if you can. Go back and work on things, because in order to get from A to B, there's things in between we have to patch up sometimes. There's things that we have to work on, whether it be ourself, whether it be relationships, whether it be building a business community, being a leader, and so on. There's so many, it's nonstop growth. Every step of your journey is non-stop growth. So for everyone who's watching right now, if you think that you know it all, you don't. Okay, it's nonstop. Everyone who's world class and building world class stuff, athletes, leaders, and so on, they all have continual help, and they usually don't stop. Many of them continue to have coaches right up until their later years in their life. So if you are a person who is coachable, who is looking to take your life to the next level, and is hungry for that growth, there's a good chance you're going to find a way to make things happen. And I'm sure you know people that you can't tell them anything. Those are the people that have a hard time growing because they're not coachable. One of the fastest way to get from A to B is you have to be coachable. You have to be willing to accept knowledge from people that you're either trying to become, or have had similar path, or have been successful in the field, and so on. That's who you go and learn from. Right? There's one thing that a mentor told me: don't take advice from people who aren't in a position to give advice, right? Or just have an opinion. Focus your energy on where it is that you want to go. Build whatever you want to build. Focus, bring people who are supportive, and go down that path, whatever that might be for yourself. Whether it's career, whether it's business, whether it's being an athlete, being a doctor, a lawyer, whatever that might be. That's your decision to make. That's a feeling you're going to feel wherever it is that you decide to go. Okay. So today, that's what I wanted to focus on making yourself stand out, making yourself, using what you have, and making it, become world-class, using what you have, getting people to know about who you are. I think everyone, I said this on a past live stream, everyone should have their own website. And I say that because if everyone had their own website, like you all have your own Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and so on accounts. Why not have your own website to show more about who you are? And if you gave that on a business card to someone in a job interview, an application, I guarantee you, they're gonna take you more seriously than every other applicant who doesn't have a website. It just elevates your branding to another level. It makes people say, this person takes themselves seriously, and I want to look at this person. That's what they're thinking. So anytime you do things that most people are afraid to do or don't take seriously, like build a website or build a brand, you are going to elevate your appeal to them, and they're going to probably take the opportunity to look at your stuff. So there's little things that you can do in between that to help elevate your stuff. And I'll talk about that in later live streams, but that's what I want to focus on here today. Focus on what you have, make it world-class, bring people to look at it, And probably the most important thing is always try to have integrity. Always try to, if you say that you are an expert in a field, make sure you're an expert in that field. Make sure you know what you're talking about, because you don't want to be those people that say they're, they're all these different these qualities, and they don't possess any of them. Okay, so focus on where it is that you want to go down that path, put your head down and go. Keep the people that are close, and anyone else who's negative and so on, you don't need to include them into that path, but focus on where it is that you want to go. Build something that you feel you're meant to build, and go after it. Okay, so for everyone who's watching here today, I hope that you got a lot of value from this live stream, and that as you continue building, as you continue growing, you focus in on, how can I make my personal brand stand out? How do I make my personal brand stand out from everyone else? Because there is someone out there looking to give you an opportunity, looking to give you a contract, you an opportunity. But maybe you're just not in a position right now that's standing out to them. But you can fix that by elevating your own brand and taking simple steps to help make yourself stand out, so that when they find that and they connect that opportunity, it's like it was meant to happen. So it doesn't work unless you make it work at the same time. It's a working relationship, right? So if you want something to happen really badly, thoughts alone, you have to take some action on your part to make things happen, whatever that might be in your life. Everything in life's like that. So focus on what you want, go after it. This is Kendal Netmaker. We'll see you on the next live stream. Have a great day.